Welcome to the Connect Like Minds podcast. I'm your host, Sharryse. I interview people making a difference in their communities within their creative spaces. And today's special guest is a makeup artist, an entrepreneur, and an actor. Welcome to the Connect Like Minds podcast, Jae Finesse. Hey. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy I have you on. I feel like it's a long time coming.
It has been. It's been a while.
Yeah.
What was it, last year? Last year.
Yeah, it was last
Yeah, it was last year. Yeah.
But here I'm excited to talk about all the things that you have going on, and we can just jump right into the interview. So, can you tell
Yeah.
everyone where you're from?
I was born in Jamaica.
Wow.
I grew up New York City and then went to Pennsylvania, then went from Pennsylvania to New York. Went to Pennsylvania to Florida, back from Florida to PA, then back to New York. So yeah.
Wow. So you're
And came here when I was 22. Came to North Carolina when I was 22, yeah. And I had my 4-year-old with me, so I came here by myself
Mhm.
and to figure life out. And I've been here almost 20 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I say that you're from the East Coast?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I spent, if you kind of do the math of the time that I spent away from leaving New York from a kid, like I was still in middle school when I
Mhm.
left the first time. And then moving, I was still in middle school,
Mhm.
right? Like going into high school. I was still in middle school when I left PA and went to Florida.
Wow.
And spent, right. Well, I was just actually, let me correct myself. I was just starting freshman year of high school
Okay. Okay.
and then left to go to Florida and stayed there until my senior year.
Okay. Okay.
So it was like summer right before my senior year when I came back to PA, graduated my senior year, and then left again. So yeah, but yeah.
So, what
So
was
yeah.
up with all the moving? Was your parents getting new jobs? Like, what?
No, it wasn't my mom moving. It was me. I was in trouble a lot,
Okay. Okay.
and my mom was a single mom,
Mhm.
and she could not handle it. So her and my dad agreed to send me down to Florida.
Mhm.
While we left New York
Mhm.
as a whole, my mom, because she moved and bought a house in Pennsylvania.
Okay, okay.
Right. So that was, I was still a teenager then. I was 12 or 13, one of them, 13. And then moved there. I was getting in crazy trouble.
Mhm.
And the more trouble I got in, the less my mom could handle it. And then her and my dad decided she needs to go down to Florida where my grandmother and aunts were,
Mhm.
which is my father's side of the family. So they sent me there. And then they sent me back after a few years because I kept getting in trouble and they would not. It was a lot of fighting
Mhm.
that I was doing. And they sent me back. And yeah, I came back and graduated high school happily, which is
Well, graduating high school,
I
what?
did. I graduated, and I graduated on time. So it was it. My grades was never the issue.
Okay.
My behavior was. So it was not ever really my grades that was a problem. It was my behavior, if nothing else, because I just kept getting in trouble. And then once I graduated high school, I was pregnant in high school as
Mhm.
well. So I still graduated on time
So what's up?
and with baby in tow. He was 3 weeks old when I graduated. He's 23 now. So yeah, and then I left and went back to New York
Well,
shortly after that. So yeah.
looking back on that, what do you think was causing you to want to fight so much or be angry? Like,
Uh, I mean, the issue was deeper in the respects of it was more of me needing attention from my father.
mm, okay.
Yeah, so rest his soul because he's passed now. He
My
passed away in
condolences.
2008. So yeah, he excuse me, not 2008, 2013. Jesus Christ bless.
Okay.
But yeah, so it was more of that. It was, a lot of just
Hmm.
childhood trauma, deeper than, what I'm willing to truly express here. But it was,
Okay.
a lot of that happened and I was reacting off of. So yeah.
Well, without getting too deep into that, were you able to patch things up with your father before he passed?
Um, Sadly, no.
Yeah.
He passed while we were in a fits. And what's crazy is the same week I was going to visit him, I had my daughter at the time. Again, she was born in June. He passed away in August. So my daughter was 2 months old when I was bringing her to New York to visit him. I was living here. Um, Again, he passed in 2013, so to almost be 12 years. And that same week, literally, probably like 3 or 4 days before I was going to take the trip to surprise him, because at that point we hadn't talked in a year
Mm.
or more. And I was just gonna pop up on him and bring her and surprise him with her. He passed that week. So yeah, it was never a situation to where I got a chance to fix it.
Well, looking
Yeah.
back on that, what's some advice you would give somebody who probably has issues? I feel like some of us do have issues with our parents. I mean,
Hmm.
what would you say?
Um, I it's all situational.
Mhm.
So again, so from the beginning, I am Jamaican. I came here when I was a kid, and my dad is a old school Jamaican. So they're very strict and stuck in their ways.
Mhm.
So it's kind of hard to really like fight through those type of ways. And it's almost like you kind of have to do it their way or no way,
Yeah.
which that wasn't a thing that I was going into when I was planning on seeing him. It was more or less at that point me trying to be the bigger person in the situation to say, Dad, I'm sorry for whatever it was that I did. And whether he said, because my family doesn't apologize for anything.
Mm.
Not on that side anyway. But I get you.
Accountability. No accountability.
There is no accountability. If they're wrong, there's an excuse for why they did what they did, and there's not an apology in tow. So, me being the bigger person was going to be my thing, and just take it with a grain of salt, because I did want to fix that relationship with my dad for me,
Yeah.
more or less for me and not for him.
Mhm.
But I didn't get the opportunity to do that. So, yeah,
I'm sorry about that.
it's okay. I'm all right. I'm cool.
Okay. Okay.
I'm all right.
Now, were you the only child between your parents,
Okay.
or did your mom have more children as well?
No, me and my older brother
Okay.
share the same mom and dad.
Okay.
And then I do have a younger brother by my mom, and then I have other siblings by my dad. One of my other siblings from my dad, we grew up together as well.
Okay. That's
So yeah, we've known each other since Jamaica to America. So we grew up together since diapers, and we're still very close. We're very, very close. So yeah.
Do you go back to visit Jamaica at all?
No, I haven't. Lord, I haven't been back in
Well,
years. So yeah, yeah.
I've only been to Jamaica one time, so
Oh yeah, yeah. The plan is, because now that we have a like a cousins group chat. My aunt, his one of his baby sisters passed, and um, Lord, she passed in December of last year.
Mhm.
And since then we have a group chat with the cousins, like
Okay.
my father's siblings kids, so with the cousins or his cousins that are our age group.
Mhm.
So we have that group chat going. So we've been planning or trying to plan trips and stuff like that, like cousins trips, and actually getting closer
Okay.
because we all live separately,
Mhm.
so everybody is like, we see each other growing up, we see each other at different family functions, but we are separate, all individually, not knowing each other like we should as
Mhm.
family.
Right.
And we've had the opportunity to do that, kind of deep dive into family issues, deep dive into each other's personal issues, and really get closer with our siblings and each other. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
I love that. That's what's up.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Well,
So we'll be back.
before we leave off of the subject of you being a kid and doing all these things, were you always a hustler? Like when I met you, I just got the hustle vibes. But when you were a kid going through all these different changes, were you still a hustler back then?
I was more of a creative than a hustler then. I always like loved the arts.
Hmm.
So the arts was always my thing, where I sang, I danced, I did cheerleading, I did sports. So I was always more into that
Hmm.
at that time coming up than I was into like hustling. I come from that
Yeah.
though. My grandmothers were hustlers, my father. So it's in my bloodline. It's not like I don't know how. It really didn't like push upon me until I became a parent,
Hmm.
when I became a mom, and I had to figure things out, especially when I had to figure it out on my own, is when it really like drove and kick-started, and I was still in my early 20s. Like I said, I came to North Carolina by myself when I was 22. So, yeah, that it had to kickstart somewhere. And I had to get to it. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So, speaking of, coming to North Carolina, this next segment is called Digging Deeper. So, after you found yourself in North Carolina, how was that journey, being here and being by yourself with no village?
Culture shocking, very much so. Very much a culture shock. It wasn't a lot of the things that I knew is not the same here. Like just verbiage, um, different ways of people, like the Southern hospitality thing,
Yeah.
saying yes ma'am, no ma'am, those things I developed here because that's not what I grew up on. It's either yes or no.
Yeah.
It's like we don't talk to each other really, like if we're walking in the street, or it's not necessarily a holding doors type of thing, or really New Yorkers for the most part, we ain't got that much manners. Not to say that we're mean or rude, but that's just the culture there
Right.
versus somebody coming here.
I've been in New York and like
Yeah.
everybody's not saying hi to you as you're walking down the street. But if you're here in North Carolina, everybody's like, hey, how you doing? Good morning.
Right. So it was definitely a culture shock, just just by those things and the foods.
Yeah.
I didn't know uh what the pig guts, what you call that.
Oh man,
Uh,
chitlins.
yeah, I did not have a clue what that was. And when I found out, I never ate them, never tried them because the smell alone kills me. Never thought to try them, and then learning what they were was even worse. So yeah, it was just a lot of different things, like what you guys call a cookout here.
Yeah.
We call a barbecue there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's not a cookout. So I grew up knowing a cookout to be a barbecue. So it was just, and that's just a few different things that's just different. But yes, it was a culture shock. But and it wasn't easy. I didn't have any family here to fall back on. My parents did what they could from afar.
Mhm.
And I mean my parents as far as my mom and stepdad.
Yeah.
But they did the best they did a great job to help me from afar, but for the most part, I still had to make sure that my situation was okay from my end.
For someone who
Yeah,
might
it wasn't easy.
going through what you're going through, how did you navigate that as you were going through it for whatever that is that you want to share about that time in your life?
Um, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I just did it
Mm,
because I had to. Again, I was a parent.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you're a parent, you kind of just have to do what you have to do.
yeah.
It's not necessarily a book or something that you could teach. You just have to do what you got to do. You know, you got to go to work. You get up and you go to work. You got to try to find daycare for your kid or like some kind of means for them to get to and from school if you're at work. Like my oldest son is a latchkey kid.
Wow.
So, right. So he had the keys to the house, had to get in the house by himself. I'm at work. You know, we grew up latchkey kids.
I
So,
was too. I'm not even from North Carolina. I'm from Maryland.
right.
So yeah,
Right.
I know
Yes.
that
So we had to do what we had to do coming up to make sure our kids were fed, had a roof over our house, had a roof over their heads, had clothes, and these are just things that, whether you have family around or not, knowing that you have to live, you don't want to be on the streets, you don't want to be homeless. Even if you're broke, you're still going to do exactly what you got to do to make sure that you and your children are surviving. So yeah,
I feel like that goes
you just do it.
good that you have
Yeah, you just gotta do it. It's it's not a science today. You just really have to just muster up the courage and just do what you have to do.
for sure. One
Hmm.
thing that I haven't touched on yet is that your son is in the military. So
He is. He is in the army.
right.
Yeah.
So how do you feel having a son that's in the military now?
It's surreal. He again, he grew up to be, the kid that uh, mom was always working and make even though I made sure food was on the table, I was still a single parent for a long time. Um Especially when it came to him. So I fought to get that boy through high school. He was never a troublesome kid,
Oh, that's
more like a lazy kid, but he was never in trouble. I never had to worry about him being in the streets or getting in any kind of, gang trouble or none of that. His grades were always good, just lazy. Um, and I had to, after high school, um, the goal, and let me just say it was probably more of my goal than it was his at
Mhm.
the time for him to go into the Marines, right?
Mhm.
Because that was actually a thing when I was graduating, was for me to go into the military too. But I didn't want to leave my premature baby, which was him. And so I did not end up going. But then, seeing that he's graduating, he ain't giving me no trouble or grandkids. And he didn't have any plans to go to college. And I'm like, so what are you gonna do?
Mhm.
So
Right.
what are you gonna do? Because mommy can't continue to do this. And now you're old enough and capable. He decided around that time, he was 19, that he wanted to be out on his own. And I was just like, you know what, Jay, you cannot argue or fight with him. Let him do it, and he got to figure it out. My door is always open to my kids, even to today. If he decides that he wants to come back home for whatever reason, come home. Always, my door always be open. So he left for a year. He stayed in Raleigh, but he left for a year, left home,
Mhm.
came back. He stayed for a few months and then decided he wanted to move to Arizona.
Wow.
I was so sad because I'm like, now you're going further away. And now I can't like really get close to you if I need to, if something happens. So at this point, I'm terrified. He's 20 at this time,
Goodness.
right? About to be 21. So, like, right before he turned 21, he ended up moving to Arizona. He came back when he was 22.
Hmm.
And as he came back of August of last year.
Mm-hmm.
And as he came back, I was just like, okay, now you see what I mean by being on your own, not necessarily having a plan. And it's just not like, I need you to listen to mommy once. Just please. Like, I don't want to see you out here like struggling to figure it out when I fought to raise you struggling. I don't want that for me or you. Like, you don't deserve when you don't have any children. You don't have like the things that I had to deal with coming up, a record and all that. You don't have that. So figure something out. So I don't know what made him flip the switch to say he would go to the army, even though I did speak to him about going to the military again, because my dad ended up taking him to the army place to take the pretest, and the boy failed
Oh.
on purpose.
Oh my
He
goodness.
did it on purpose. He did it on purpose. He was in Delaware at that time
Mhm.
visiting my parents when he came and left from Arizona and then came back home. And then I just don't know exactly what flipped the switch for him to say, you know what, mom, I'm going to try. So when he actually tried, he passed the pretest, he passed the main test with flying colors, and was able to pick his job, which is something that I knew he could do. I knew he could do that
Right.
because when we were doing the Marines, he purposely failed that test too. But I knew he can do these things. He just did not want to do it. So I'm not exactly sure what flipped the switch, but anyway, I'm excited for him. I'm happy for him. Um, for me in that situation, it was more of him doing something that he can be proud of. Graduating high school was something he could be proud of, but I don't think it was something, it was more or less like, yeah, I'm proud of myself. Yeah, I got through that. Cool. It was versus him going through something like truly strenuous, mentally and physically, making it through that and like continuing to go through that. He's proud of himself, and that was my main goal for him, was for him to find something that he was able to truly be proud of himself, because I'm going to be proud of him anyway. That's my baby, so I'm going to be proud of him anyway. But as a man, their pride and their egos, and yeah, he's super proud of himself. He's happy, and I'm happy for him. He's heading off to Washington, so yeah, that's pretty cool.
Wow, that's where you're going to be
Yeah,
stationed now?
that's where he's going to be stationed at. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so it's pretty cool.
What was your experience like during the time he was in boot camp? And the reason I'm also asking is because I got a little tiny piece of it, or I saw a little tiny piece of it when were doing my makeup for my podcast episode. I remember it. So can you tell everyone about how that was for you?
I was scared as hell. I was scared because I didn't know how he was doing
Mhm.
mentally, if anything. My son has never done anything strenuous a day in his life. He never played a sport. He's the tech kid, the video game kid.
Yeah.
He's into anime. He's that kid. So I was just like, oh my God, he's gonna go through this. Of course, me, I before he went, I talked to him and I told him to prepare for the fact that they will try to mentally break you, because that is the purpose, is that they are going to make you unlearn everything that you once knew to build you up for what it is that they're trying to teach you. So I put him onto so much game. I have friends in the military that, put him onto certain things that I know that a lot of kids don't get this information before they do go.
Right.
Um, so, I spoke life into him and I let him know that he could do it. I was scared though, man. Oh my God, I was scared. It went from me being able to talk to him once a week, that stretched out to me hearing from him probably once every 2 weeks.
Oh.
3 weeks went by and I was just like, oh my God, where's my child? I'm not hearing anything. I haven't heard nothing. No letters came in the mail. Where's my son? It's that started turning into panic and anxiety,
Yeah.
because if I don't hear from my kids from a long time, it's a problem. Um, Especially I don't care what kind of situation it is. If I don't hear from them for a while, I start to panic. And I did panic. But when I heard from him again, I got a letter, a heartfelt letter that made me cry real tears from him. And I was just grateful that he made it through that. Anytime he'll talk to me, he's like, "Mom, I don't know. I'm just ready for it to be over."
Mhm.
And, I'm tired of getting in trouble for other people.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep my head low and do what I'm told. And, because you got other people, I guess, in there doing things that they not supposed to. And it's not
The
a
whole
one person situation.
uh
Everybody gets in trouble. Yeah. So he was tired of that. He was so sick of it. But yeah, it was scary. But yeah, he made it through it. Yeah, that's pretty much all it is. As a mom, you get scared when you don't know. So yeah.
good. What's some advice you give to parents out there who have kids heading off to the military or heading off to college too?
Um whether you want them to or not, you have to let them. Unleash your belts, from like take your hands from around their neck for a second, and you got to let them breathe. Remember what it was like for you being a kid in their situation, when you was either coming out of high school or whatever decisions that you needed to make. Allow them to make them, guide them, but just know that you cannot make their decisions for them. They have to do it on their own. In just the same way that you may not have known what you wanted to do at a certain time, you have to allow them that same grace. Which is why I didn't get on my son's back when he left, at 19, to figure out what he wanted to do. And when he left to go to Arizona to figure out what he wanted to do, I had to let him do that. Um, Whatever I was telling him, or it didn't matter, because he needed to figure out on his own. He needed to mentally grow up
Yeah.
to understand it's not easy out there. You always have home to come to, but just know you being out on your own is not easy. And I'm always here for you to fall back on to help guide you some more. But that's the only thing you can do. Like, we were once their age,
Yeah.
so you just gotta let them fly.
That's what's
Let them
up.
fly. That's all you can do.
Thanks for dropping that gem. We appreciate
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Well, moving right along, how did you start the Jae Finesse brand? Like, how did that come about?
Oh my God, that name was actually given to me years ago. Jesus Christ. That Jae Finesse was given to me by a friend of mine who is a DJ.
Mhm.
And it started, I was on the music scene at that time,
Oh, okay.
so many years ago. So in that scene, I was, I modeled, I managed, I kind of was liaison for uh artists and record labels or DJs and things of that nature. So a lot of the times they would tell me, it was one person that they would tell me, "Girl, you be in here just finessing." So, he called me Jae Finesse, and he said, "That's what I'm gonna call you from now on, Jae Finesse."
Yeah.
And that name, I said, what, that name ring, that kind of has a ring to
Yeah.
it, and I took it.
Mm.
And that name has been branded to me for well over 15 years. So yeah, I kept that name, hung on to it, and then it kind of just spinned off into anything else that I was doing. It was just, it has become my name. A lot of people don't know my actual name, which I am perfectly fine with. I don't need them to.
Yeah.
So, but it comes from my name. J comes from my name, but the whole finesse part is just how I'm able to move and network.
Yeah.
Um, in a realm of people, of executive, of celebrities, of people with big names, and not come off groupie-ish,
Yeah.
but come off as who is she? She looks important. So that's always been a thing, is where I'm in these events or at these whatever
Mhm.
what at these events, and people are like trying to figure out who I am because I look important.
Yeah.
And I may not have even been important, but here I am networking
Yeah.
because I know how to network very well. So I have actual real celebrity friends,
Mhm.
even from, back then. I don't speak on them, or, whatever information I may know about them, because that's not my place, and I'm not in that space to speak on people's business, and or even to say who I truly know or have numbers to. But yeah, so that's just, Jae Finesse has been with me for years, and it's stuck with me, it's branded with me throughout all these years, and it's never gonna leave me. So yeah. Oh yeah.
Transitioning, I wouldn't say that it's transitioning out of like the modeling space, because I see that you're still there. I'd be checking you out on social media, but
I mean, if at any point that I decide I want to jump back into modeling, I can, because I've done it. I've done the modeling. I've done the fashion shows.
yeah.
I've done all of those things. Um, yeah, it's not something that I was so deep into.
Hmm.
It's just something I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to try, or something I knew I could do,
Yeah.
and I did. So a lot
Would
of
you
things that
say?
you see are things that I know I can do, and I just do it.
Well, would you say that basically brought you into makeup, or like how did you get into makeup
Um,
from there?
no. So interestingly enough, when I started makeup, I started it for me.
Oh,
I'm self-taught, YouTube University graduate. Woo, woo, woo.
okay.
So, it was more, me getting into makeup was more of something to do as a personal therapy moment for me.
Mm,
I'll go to work all day. I was working at Verizon at the time, and it was something for me to kind of decompress. Something I wanted to learn how to do. Again, I am a creative, so anything of the arts is um, therapy for me
yeah.
in a lot of ways. So I needed that. So I started there,
Hmm.
um, doing my own. And of course, gradually, I started learning how to do more things on makeup of myself, on myself. And 2020 comes, and my cousin is like, can you do my makeup for my birthday? I have a photo shoot, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, I don't know really how to do makeup on anybody else, but okay.
Yeah.
From there, she was, I felt like I really did a good job. And she was like, you did so good. And she's like, I think you really should do this. And I'm like, no, I really should not. So, it kind of started before then, to be honest. A friend of mine
Hmm.
who was my best friend, she was deeper than that, really. She was married to my son's dad.
Oh.
And the best stepmom ever to my children. And me and her became like super, super, super close. And long story short, she passed away. She was my best friend at the time. And at the time, she was also a photographer,
Hmm.
uh, a director, like movie director.
Hmm.
She was a makeup artist and hairstylist as well. She had all those things under her belt. And this was before I even thought about getting into makeup. And she was actually the very first person to say, you're gonna be doing makeup one day. You really good at it. And I was just like, no, I'm not. I was cussing because that's I was like, I know you lying, because no, I'm not. I'm not doing that. Like, that's your thing. I'm not doing that for nobody else. And after, time went past, after she passed away or
Hmm.
whatever, and did my cousin's makeup, and my cousin tried to push me into it. At that point, what's funny, as I even think about it, they actually both have the same name, just spelled two different ways. The two people that were really pushing me to get into it both have the same name. Just to even think about that right now, that's interesting.
It is.
Yeah, and it's spelled two different ways. But I jumped off the ledge. Scared as the day I was born, jumped off the ledge, and the moment I jumped off the ledge, the ball went rolling,
Mm-hmm.
and the ball kind of never stopped rolling. It just
That's
kept
beautiful.
rolling. And although I thought I was trash when I first started, because doing somebody else's makeup is very different from doing your own.
For sure.
Um, my job for myself, if I felt like, if since I'm now in it,
Mm-hmm.
I need to figure out how to continue to grow and not stay stagnant in the space that I'm in. So I'm a forever student. I watch, I still to this day watch videos of other artists, new things of what they're doing, new techniques.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at my work from when I first started to now, you can see the growth in it. And that's because I continue to learn different things and watch different things, use different products, figure out what my style was. I know what my style is now. I know what my niche is now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it just grew, and here I am. I'm here. I'm here and don't look like it's going anywhere right now either. So yeah. For now.
Cool. That's what's up. Because I could definitely use you again.
Yes, absolutely. I'll be ready.
That's what's up. So, what does ownership mean to you?
Um, Gavin, a number of few different reasons. I don't feel like I own anything though. As far as like elaborate, maybe I can
Okay,
answer
I'll
that.
break it down. So, do you own the name Jae Finesse?
I do.
Or
I don't. I own it, but there's still other paperwork that has to be done to where it can't be touched at all. So I'm still in process of covering every single, and it's all in process still.
got you.
So,
So,
right,
there-
I am in process of covering every single loophole because that's the next thing that even though you do one thing, um, turning it into, there's still loopholes for people to play with, and I don't want anybody to play with it. Like, so I'm covering all loopholes currently right now, so it's not able to be touched in any kind of way. And if you decide you play with it, um, it's a problem. Yeah. So I'm not that much of an a-hole where if I do see somebody else like rocking the name, I'm like, you can't use it. You can't, like, it's fine. I'm not that deep, but as long as it doesn't interfere with my brand or anything that has to do with me making money, I don't care.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I was going with the ownership. Like a lot of people have that definition. Their definition is subjective, so it's whatever they feel like.
Right.
So I just wanted to see how you feel about ownership.
I'm very much so. It's actually, when I say it's in process, I'm still waiting for the paperwork to get back to me to seal the deal,
Gotcha.
if that makes sense. But I don't. The ownership is more like just a protection for me. So if anybody else decides that this is something that they want to do, and somebody feels like they want to be funny
Yeah.
or something like that, and try to touch me in a certain type of way to take anything from me, I'm already covered, and the joke's on you, not me.
Absolutely.
So yeah, like, it's, again, I don't care if there's a lot of Jae Finesses out there. I don't care. That doesn't bother me. It's only one me. You could use the name. I know it's a guy out there that I've seen. His name is Jae Finesse. I don't care. Like, that doesn't, as long as it doesn't interfere with my money,
Mm-hmm.
I could care less. I do not care. I don't care at all.
Now it's safe to say
Mm-mm.
that you have so many different hats. Like you said, you network. You've been into modeling, makeup, all these different things. What made you get into acting?
I've been acting since I was a kid.
Oh man. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so it's not anything new to me. I've done plays and those types of things from young.
Mhm.
So it was just really something that I wanted to get back into.
Got it. Okay.
And I'm a natural at,
Yeah.
to be honest. It's just it's natural for me. It's not even something that I really have to try to do or try to like truly put on a face for. I put myself in the shoes of the character.
Yeah.
How would I act? And I think in a lot of the space of when I'm acting and stuff, like how would I be this way naturally if it was me?
Okay.
So that's where I come. So you can get more of a natural vibe of the character that I'm playing because this is how I really would act if it was me. Even the last film I did, um, it was really my personality. All of the cussing and all of the foolishness and all of the, the pettiness that I played in that.
Yeah.
It's really my personality if I'm in that situation. It was probably watered down for that for the movie. But it's just I play more of my personality in that. And it's the same thing for this new movie that I'm working on now. Different character, totally different storyline. But again, I'm able to play myself personality wise in this. How would I act? How would I carry it if it was me? And it's literally a way for me to give me. Again, I come with 50 different personalities. So
Are you playing in a lot of comedies or drama series, or what type of genre are you in right
it's probably you probably fall more on the drama
now? Okay.
side. I haven't done any like comedic um movies as of yet, but it will definitely fall more into like the drama side of it all.
I feel
Um
like you funny, so I hope you go.
yeah, I haven't felt into the comedy space yet, which would probably be great too cuz I'm sarcastically funny.
Yeah, you are.
So, so my sarcasm is what um I would deem as funny because a lot of people will find it funny, but I be so serious. So I be so for real, and I think people like find my seriousness in it so funny, and I'm like, but y'all laughing, and I'm so serious. So it's like, I've now that part of me, I've always been that way, where I'm like more sarcastically funny, where I'm serious as hell, but it's funny.
Yeah.
I'm really serious, but it's very funny. But yeah, so I haven't jumped into that yet. I would love to.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm right now more drama is what I'm working on, what I've been offered.
Okay.
And I'm here for that. I'm here for
Oh,
that too.
yes. What
Yeah.
type of movie? Well, what movies are you allowed to talk about right now that you're in, or TV shows, so people can go check it out?
So we have the Tingle Hearts that's out right now. That's the most recent one. The movie before that never came out because the director who we just spoke about
Hmm.
passed away.
Got it.
In 2018. It was never actually finished.
Mhm.
And the person who is directing and writing these new movies that I'm in is actually her uncle.
Wow.
So yeah, he's her uncle by marriage.
Hmm.
But he was a part of the last uh movie that we were working on before she passed. So it just kind of trickled into this new thing even years later. And she will always get the love of it at the end of it because she kind of was the whole umbrella of all of this. So even a lot of the actors that play in the movies are people that played when she was directing and writing and things of that nature.
Okay.
I still have the script.
Wow.
of the movie, of the last one. It was more of a web series
Okay.
at that time too, because the web series situation was heavy back then.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I still have the entire script of that.
Mhm.
I've always held on to it, trying to figure out a way how I would one day honor that for her, to finish it with at least majority of the same actors.
Mhm.
I just never got around to it, but but I still do have the entire script. And I think that would be probably one of the biggest things I would ever do if I can do it, to get the same people who was a part of it in the first place back together again to actually do this again.
I hope they do to
Um,
commemorate her.
to finish it, yeah, yeah, to actually do it, restart it, finish it, and get it out in honor of her name.
Right.
I think that would be amazing. So yeah,
That's what's up.
I think that would be great.
It will.
Yeah.
It will.
So
I'm putting it out in the atmosphere, manifesting it for you. It's
yeah, I would love that. I would absolutely love to get that going for her name at some point. Yeah. So I thought about it over and over again. Yeah.
what was the name of the earlier movie you were talking about? Tingles. What's the name of it again?
Tangled Heart.
Tangled Heart. And where?
Yes, that's out right now on Amazon Prime. Is out. I believe I'm not even sure if they got it on Tubi yet. It started on Amazon Prime, but I know there was talks of having it on Tubi. It may be on Tubi, but I haven't watched it again since it's been out.
Okay.
My parents, my family and my friends and stuff have watched it.
Mhm.
Of course they everybody expected me to act the way I act because they say I acted like myself. Um I tried to keep my kids from refraining from watching it just because there is it's a PG, like a it's almost like it's soft porn
Okay. Yeah.
in it. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay.
Rated R, but not really rated R because I'm not naked, or
Is that
like there's
PG
no
13? Is that
actual.
PG 13 or no? Because it's probably
I wouldn't think that's necessary. I mean, it may be because I think like what I did would play on a regular TV.
okay.
So it's more like where if you are the parent sitting there watching it with the kid, it wouldn't be. It's not like a
Cringe.
kiddie porn
Okay.
or nothing. It's not that. Like no, no.
Okay.
It's not something that would be like. It's more like, oh my god, my mom is kissing. Like I'm. Yeah, I'm in a piece of lingerie, but I got a robe
Okay.
on. So, but you can see some shoulder meat. You can't see no cootie or
Oh.
booby meat. And yeah,
Fine.
so yeah, so it's kind of PG parent sitting with you type of
Okay.
watch, if it's gonna be watched, and that part of the scene is not very long. Yeah, so
All right. Well, before we get to all the fun games that I have planned for us, I would like to ask you about. I've seen you. I don't know. I don't want to call it a radio show. I don't want to call it a podcast. I want to call it whatever you say that it is because I have seen it. I've checked in with you on your live. What is it called? And can you explain to our listeners what it is?
it is a radio podcast. It is. It's a radio
Okay.
podcast. It is not my podcast. I'm a part of the host panel on there. Um, it was originally started by Chanel Monet.
Mhm.
It's called Cocktails and Conversations, and it's out every Tuesday at 8 p.m. So apart from 8 to 10 p.m. every Tuesday.
Okay.
We go live on YouTube, and we are, I'll go live on my phone
Mhm.
if people from my page are watching or whatever. But what we do have cocktail or just alcohol, and we have regular conversation as grown adults, 4 different perspectives. we may even get up there and fuss at each other, and people would think that we're so mad at each other. And it's so funny because as soon as we'll get off air laughing like, great show, guys. Like, that was an awesome show. Like, so it's so funny because a lot of the viewers would be like, oh my God, like they can't stand each other, or they're fussing again, or, and I'm like, child, we be looking at each other like, these people really, not that the situation or how we are maybe carrying it isn't real in that moment,
Mm,
right? But it's not a situation. It's more of like the passion of whatever your idea is, or your thought, or whatever it is that you're saying
mm,
that's coming across. But there's no actual true emotion to it, to where we are attaching ourselves to the situation where we're mad at each other. That's not it. It's more of like you are at the spades table, and y'all, you know how spades can get hot
yeah.
in that situation. And then when the game is won, it's over, and everybody just popping it at each other, but there's no hard feelings to that.
So it's
You
not
know, y'all leave.
personal. So it's just not.
No, we don't. None of it is actually personal to each other,
Right.
by far. It's We're having conversation, and we are four different people. It's two of us. It's four of us. So it's Chanel and me as the two women.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have TV Scooty and Mills as the two males. Now Chanel and Mills have a baby together.
Mm-hmm.
Scooty is married. He has a wife at home.
Mm-hmm.
Now, although them two have a baby together, like they, they're still single. I'm single, so I'm kind of like the one out of it, and it's different perspective of different, like four different mindsets, and I think that's what brings it to um what it is, to make people want to watch. We will agree to disagree today. We might agree tomorrow on certain things, but we all literally have our own perspectives, and it's getting at even advice or just hearing a story from somebody else's
Mm-hmm.
perspective, and that's really what it is, and it's pretty dope. I love it. It's a therapy for me too. It is. It's my Tuesday therapy.
Cool. So this next segment is called Uncomfortable Questions. And during this
Oh
segment,
Lord.
it's not too bad. I promise it's not. I'll ask you a either or question, but after you choose what it is, and you do have to choose, you have to give a reason why you're choosing this uncomfortable question that I'm about to ask you. Are you ready?
I think I
All right, all right. Would you go for a month without taking a bath, or go for a month without brushing your teeth? Why?
oh my God. A what? Like, I think those two go.
They do.
I would probably go for a month without taking a bath.
Why?
Because my teeth, like, you got to take care of that. It's very expensive to fix your teeth.
Mm,
Like, it's very expensive to fix your teeth and keep your teeth. Your teeth will rot out your mouth if you don't keep them brushed and clean. Um, you don't die, or you don't really have an expensive situation to face after the fact, from not washing your butt.
might
Um,
stink. But that's it.
yeah, you may smell funky from must and those types of things, but especially if you're, as long as you're not sexually active and those things, and you at least change your clothes. Not taking a bath for a month versus not brushing your teeth doesn't have the same long-term effects. So I would go without washing my butt
I'll tell you how
versus
I even
brushing
came
my
up with
teeth.
that question. Well, I was in the
I'm
Marines
so
and I was
confused.
in the Army. And so I had to
Uh-huh.
go a month without bathing. And so I was like, I gotta brush my teeth. I can use my water bottle, brush my teeth. but in a
Right.
month for real in real life. So I know how that goes.
Right. So you have long-term effects of not brushing your
Yes.
teeth than you do from not washing your behind. So I would definitely go without washing my behind over brushing my teeth
All
for
right, I
sure.
want to see how you're going to answer this next one. Taking $20 million cash or getting 500K a month for the rest of your life. Why?
Uh okay. So honestly, because I cannot predict the future,
Hmm.
give me the $20 million cash.
Okay. I respect.
Um right. So we want to think long term, but I can get that 500K today and that's all I got
Hmm.
and die tomorrow or a week from later or a week from now.
That's true.
If I had that $20 million cash today and I die tomorrow, I die with $20 million cash. My kids can get $20 million cash versus 500K. You get what I'm saying? So I'm thinking in those terms versus how it may add up for the rest of your life because we cannot predict how long we're going to live. We can say, hey, we're going to live to we're 100.
Yeah.
That's not reality. So I'm thinking more of on a realistic level, and I could get that 20 million and flip that to more than what the 500K would be invested in the proper thing. But yeah, and that can even work for me faster than the 500K a month can work for me
Yeah.
in getting to where I'm trying to go before I die. So right. I'm thinking in that aspect of instead of playing a full on numbers game, more of we don't know
Yeah.
how long we're gonna live.
That's true.
But I would rather leave my children 20 million than 500K.
All day.
Yep,
Being
for sure.
married or having a long term partner.
Um, Neither. But since I have to answer, it would be being married.
And why would you choose being married, even though I already know you would never choose both?
Yeah, I think in my space right now, what I don't even want to say in my space right now. I'm pretty content on just being single and just dying that way.
Okay.
If they want to call me the cat lady, although I don't like cats or real animals at all, it's just what it is. I think this is just what um has been given in this particular generation right now. I don't have the mental capacity to continue to play these back and forth games with people on or offline. I can't. And I would rather just live without the mental stress of the foolishness.
Being stress free.
That part. It'll keep you alive longer. But if I was married, it's more of the commitment to God for me, more of somebody who I do have that lifetime partnership with. I could share their last name.
Hmm.
Um, we share everything. His rib where I am that included. So, my he's my lead and I'm his right hand in his lead. Yeah, but that would be dope if it was to be a real thing. But in the world of this reality today, um I don't see that ever happening. I can't It's not even in the foreseeable future or in the futures of none. So yeah,
All right.
I'm content where I'm at.
And for the last question in this segment, sleeping on the beach or sleeping in a forest?
Sleeping on the beach. I love water.
Okay. Okay.
I'm a water girl when it comes to beaches. It's so peaceful.
It is.
I could be anywhere around a big body of water and it just brings more calmness to me
Mhm.
than anything. Yeah, so I would definitely take sleeping on the beach before a forest. One, I don't even like bugs. I don't want to be nowhere around them. I don't want to be bit. I don't want nothing crawling on me. No thanks. So I'll take the body of water before anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next segment is called Shout 'em Out. And during this segment, you can talk about an organization or a nonprofit that's made an impact on your life or the community that it's in. Do you mind shouting out an organization that you feel like people should go check out?
Let me think, because that's like on a and Lord, charge it, please charge it to my mind and not my heart. If you know me well, my brain does not work on this type of function. I would have to think and write it down quickly.
This
um, um, it's funny because I don't know a lot of necessarily a lot of organizations,
Mhm.
me personally,
Mhm.
for me to shout them out. I know more businesses versus 501(c)s.
Okay. Well, what's the business that you'd
Um,
like to share right
but you got you have where, okay, so Kendrika Rainey, she's a permanent brow tattoo artist in the city of Raleigh. She has her business. Really, let me just make it even bigger. Shout out to all the makeup artists, whether you are a regular makeup artist, a permanent makeup artist, FX makeup artist. You guys are out here really trying to do your thing big, really trying to grow. Shout out to all the hairstylists.
Yes. Oh my God.
Y'all are really out here. My girl Plush is out here. My girl Taylor Gang. We got, like, I could really flow off the mouth for all these people, but I'm just gonna give, the shout out to everybody who's really in this, really working hard to do their thing. Nail techs,
Hmm.
y'all are out here and been out here doing y'all thing. I have my own personal one, Missy. She does her thing. We got stylists, like, people who are dressing you up,
Yeah.
stylists, eh, everybody that's out here doing it. Please continue. Again, don't come for me. Charge it to my head and not my heart, because that was just a super random question, and I truly would not expect you, if you was in the position, to just shout my name or me or whatever, unless I'm the first person that comes to mind, but it's so many of y'all. So it's literally a whole lot of people. So don't come for me. I really do love all of them.
I don't think they will come
Um,
for you. I think that was a very nice shout out to a lot of people. I hope.
yeah, and I'm genuinely speaking to the masses of people who truly love me and that connect to me.
Yeah.
Um, it is for you. It's not just individual. Even if I did speak a name, it wasn't individually just for them. That was just a name I could think of at the moment. But it's not, it is literally for you. It's for you, in that space that you work in, that you connect to me. I'm connected to you in some sort of way. So if you're connected to me, we have worked together, we speak to each other, and you're in any one of those spaces, that shout out is for you.
I love.
And I would love to, I wish I could even like think more deeply into it so I can have other people go to these people to look into them. Oh, another, not, see, my brain is starting to work up. Another permanent brow makeup artist. Her name is Ricky Hall, Reki Hall, and she's in Charlotte. Fire.
Lit.
Fire. Okay. She did my microblading brows and did them years ago, and they're still sitting there like they're mine. So fire. So yeah, let me keep moving on because I'm gonna end up, my mind gonna get rolling and it's never gonna stop once it
Well,
gets
this
rolling.
final segment is called Rants with Sharryse. And during this segment, you get to rant about anything that gets under your skin. It could be someone not using their signal light while they're driving, road rage. I don't even care. You could get upset about relationships, whatever it is that gets under your skin, or it could be a pet peeve, whatever. But then you have to give us a solution to fix this problem. Because a lot of people like to complain, but they're not adding a solution to fix the problem. So the floor is yours. You can share your rant, but make sure you
I don't have
tell us what to
anything
do.
I don't have anything to rant about. I think my first rant would be leaving me alone. I just hate to be bothered. I don't know. I don't like for anybody to not take a hint
Hmm.
if I say no. If I say no, take that no and go. That's the only thing I can give it. Take that no and go. Cause I'm not the lead a person on type of situation. Do not get on my nerves because getting on my nerves is gonna turn into a cuss out and then you're gonna feel like I'm being a B word. And then but it's no. Now I have to be a B word because I gave it to you kind at first. You didn't let it be what it was and you kept trying and if I'm not interested, I could care less how persistent you are. You're gonna persist your way into a cuss out. So the solution would be to leave me alone.
You sound like a true New Yorker, man.
Yeah, that's gonna definitely be the solution is to just leave me alone. I actually like to be by myself. I am somebody who finds peace in being by myself. I think I'm around people all day so often that being by myself is peaceful for me. Is some of the most true peace that I could ever have, and I'm very content in being alone in my own space. So yeah. What other rants can I say?
I think that was a
Um
good one. Like, that's the only one you needed to give.
oh, okay. Well,
Take
hey,
the
there it
hint.
goes. Yeah, take a hint. Just kind of like don't push or bug me. Like I'm not. I'm very much so the if I want it, if I want you, or if I want something of any kind, I'm gonna go and get it.
Hmm.
You know, like if I'm interested in you, you don't got to worry about keep pushing and being persistent. I'm very outspoken. I'm very, not scared to say how I feel. I'm gonna go say and speak to you. I'm going to interact in the way that you will want me to or think I would. And if I'm not doing that, it's best bet to just.
So, guys, please leave her alone because that sounds like that's recent. So, leave her alone.
No, it's been a while.
Okay,
It's
that's good.
been like that my whole life, actually. It's been like that. Like if I'm not giving you an energy, just leave me alone. Just it's just what it is. Like I've always had that hunter
Mhm.
personality anyway. If I want it, I'm going to get it. If I don't notice that you're there and you come to me or whatever and you're trying to holler and I'm looking, I'm like, oh, he may be interested. I'm going to give in to you at that point. Like you don't have to figure it out. I'm gonna let you know. You don't have to think, well, do she like me? No, you ain't got to think about it because I'm gonna let you know I do. Like I'm not I'm not shy like that. Like you won't. The one thing you ain't got to do with me is question. You're gonna know. You're definitely gonna know. You don't have to question anything when it comes to me. You're gonna know, and it's gonna stay consistent and persistent in that space. You don't have to question me. So if you're not getting that from me, leave me alone. It's just not what it's never gonna be that. So yeah.
I think this is
Mhm.
probably one of the best rants ever. So, thanks for sharing that. Well, for my final question of our interview, can you please share your social media with our listeners so they can go and check you out wherever you're at?
For sure. My social media, my IG is the real, spelled the proper way, all one word though. The real JAE Finesse. Hopefully you know how to spell finesse. But it's JAE because it's the real J Finesse. And I know people are quick to spell JAY Finesse, but it's JAE Finesse. My Facebook, sorry, is Jae Finesse Douglas. I don't know if I want y'all following me there. But no, you can follow me on Facebook too. It's Jae Finesse Douglas. So it's again JAE Finesse. Hopefully you know how to spell finesse. I'm sure she'll probably put it up
I
there.
will.
That's really the only two that I have that I'm really moving on. My TikTok, I think is Jae Finesse 84, I think. I'm up there, but I'm not as frequent or super creative and content on my TikTok, but it would be love for you to follow me there too. Maybe you can help me grow my TikTok. It's Jae Finesse 84, I believe.
That's all right.
Check
We're gonna
somebody
put it
I
up
can.
there when we promote the show, so don't even worry about
Okay,
it.
awesome. So yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure having you on. I hope you come back and be a reoccurring guest. I had so much fun with you.
Thank you. I will come back. I will definitely come back. I would not mind.
Awesome. We'll do it in
Thank
person
you for
next
having me.
time.
Oh yeah, I would love
Yeah.
that. That would be dope.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to Connect Like Minds.